welcome back to my channel Code Vlogs. If you are new here, my name is Wally, and today we are going to build temperature converter using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. We are going to build this step by step from the scratch. This is a great beginner project to understand how input works and how to connect JavaScript to your HTML and CSS to your HTML projects, and a real calculation on your web page as well. And by the end of this video, you will have a small powerful web app that can convert between Celsius, Fahrenheit, and Kelvin. So you can just make sure you follow this video from the start to the end. So let's do something. So before starting this project, the first thing we are going to do now is to create a folder. So I'm going to create a folder which I'm going to name temperature converter. Just watching me, I'm creating a folder. If you don't know how to create a folder, left click on your mouse and go on new. Do it this way. So we have a folder ready, and click inside the folder. In this my folder, I'm going to create three files, which is HTML file, CSS file, and JavaScript file. So just watch me as I'm doing it. It's going to ask you this question: if you change a file name extension, the file might become unusable. Are you sure you want to change it? Press yes. So it's going to change to the reason why it's changed to Chrome is because I'm using Chrome as my default browser. If you are using Mozilla as your default browser, or you are using Edge as your default browser, it's going to show the icon here like this. It's just to show you that this is like a link or an extension. And remember, HTML is the extension of the file. So right now I have my three files ready. Index.html, which is for my HTML file, script.ts, which is for my JavaScript file, and style.css, which is for CSS file. And HTML is hypertext markup language, and it is the building block for all web pages. If there is nothing, any web page that you see, it is built by HTML, and style CSS is cascading style sheets. It is styling for the HTML. It is used to beautify your web page. If you see a website that is very beautiful, use CSS for it. And JavaScript is the interactivity and the logic in our web page. So make sure you read more on that. So next thing now is to open our file, and I will do this in an easy way and very easy way. So just watch me do I'm doing it. So these are that. So let's click on it and open it with VS Code. The reason why I'm using VS Code is because it has autocomplete, it's Act extension, and it is a very good coding editor. Though I can use Notepad for it, I can use different coding editor for it, but I prefer this, and I want to, and I will implore you to use this as well. So just click on this, and there are shortcuts. You don't have to type everything. There are shortcuts. You just press shift to give you this. You just have to press enter when it change color. Don't worry, I'll give it to you in a normal easy way. don't have to do it in a hard way. So that's just it. So the next thing I'm doing now is is it giving me? Next thing I'm doing now is we are going to change our title document. We change it towards temperature converter. You can change it to anything, but the title is what is going to appear on the browser. So I'm going to change this to temperature converter. We're done with that. Then let's now move down to our HTML files. So basically, this is what we are doing. Yes, so this is what we are doing. So we want to build this with HTML, and as you all know, it is the building block of our web page. It's just like the foundation. So now this is what you want to build. So I'm going to create a div for it. Div is a pro container. I'm going to be using class selector and ID selector, and the main purpose for ID and class selector is for they are both the same thing. It's just to select the container or to select an element you want to style in CSS. We are going to be using it in CSS, and also we use it in JavaScript. Don't worry about class selector. It's very simple. I'm going to use this main container. So that's the whole body inside the main container. So don't worry, I'll do this step by step so that you understand it. So inside our main container, and the main container I saved earlier is here. You see this edge, this curve edge to here, to the bottom line, and to the left bottom line as well is the main container. So everything inside here is going to be inside the main container div. Are you getting it now? Yes, we are getting it. So the next thing now is what? What do you see here? You can see a temperature converter. So what you are going to do now is you want to this is what you are going to do. Write each one. Write temperature, job. That's what I'm saying. Visual, Visual Studio Code has autocomplete. And the reason why I'm using H1, to those of you that don't really know what H1 is, H1 is adding tags in HTML. So I have a video I created on HTML, so you can read more on that. Whereas we have HTML semantic, we have HTML list style, we have HTML other style on other list. We have HTML where you can import your videos, you can import your audios, iframes for iframes, you can import map, everything. So I have a video I made on HTML on its own. So this adding tags, and we have H1, H2 up to H6, and our H1 is 32 pixel, H2 is 24 pixel, H3 is 18 pixel, H4 is 16 pixel, H5 is 13 pixel, while H6 is 10 pixel. So the higher the number, the lower the size. H1 is the bigger size, while followed by H2, followed by H3. So we call it heading tags. Anything after it starts from another line. So I'm going to see how everything works now. So we have our H1. So what else do we have? So we already have the temperature converter. Then we now let's move down to the next one. We have Celsius. And what do you now see in the Celsius? What do you see? You can see that it's just like an input box. Like we can type something. Let's me try and type something. Oh, here it is an input box. It required us to type something inside it. Good. So that means we need an input tag of HTML. Good. And what do you now see here? Let me do it one by one so that you understand. So the next thing now, to make your code clean, let me continue so that you understand. I'll purposely do the mistake so that you understand what I'm referring to. So inputs. So input tag, that's our input tag. So it now asks us what type of input tag do we want? So is it text? No. Is it number? Yes. We put. Then inside it, you can see a placeholder. A placeholder is just to give you an hint on what is required to be typed inside the input tag. I said yes. So and after that, what you now see here, you can see an icon or you can see a session symbol. So I'm going to use span for that. Span is inline styling or inline typing. Anything you write inside it is going to be on a straight line. It's not going to start on that line. That's the usefulness of span. So and I'm going to give this one to a class name, which I'm going to do an I. So I'm going to use the chicken slang like anything I want, you give me 5 million. So that's what I'm using right now. So like I said, my own coding is going to be fun and very entertaining. Yeah. So just follow as I'm doing it. So if you want to style this very well, everything here is going to be in another div. So you're going to write another div here. Div. And we're going to do what use an ID. I'm not using class this time around. So I'm using an I. So an ID I'm going to name is just so that this is my sessions box. So inside this, I'm going to put it like this. Can you see it down? It's very simple to do. As you see, this main container contain everything that is inside as I've explained earlier. And you see this div contain just everything that deals with Celsius. Do you understand that inputs of Celsius, placeholder, and the icon is inside a div on its own? And the main reason is for the styling. If I want, I can style the Celsius alone, I can style the variant alone, and also I can style the Kelvin alone. So the next thing now, in my own coding, I really love to work smart instead of just working hard. So what we are going to do now is just come here, copy load this, then do what? Paste here. So after pasting, just have to write copy this, paste here, change this to 7. Control C again. Remember we have 3 inputs boxes, and one for Celsius, second one for the variance, and the third one for Kelvin. So that's just it. Remember we have import thing here, importing for clear all. So that's next thing here. Oh, so we are done with the HTML coding. Very simple. So what we are going to do now, let's see what we have been doing since. So you just come here, left click, then scroll up, click on open in default browser. So that's our temperature converter. Basically without CSS and without JavaScript. Do you understand now that now? Yes, you understand that now. So this is how it's going to be basically without CSS and without JavaScript. CSS is the one that's going to add beauty to our HTML. CSS will tell us that oh, this temperature converter it should be color pink, it should be bold, it should be the font should be dynamic. You know what I'm saying? And CSS is going to tell us that oh, this input feed should be curved, it should be like these radius. You understand what I'm saying? It should be in the middle, down like that. So let's do that now. So since we are done with, so there's nothing like interactivity here. You can see you can't do anything. It's just static. Because JavaScript is not yet introduced to our program. The reason why everything is static now is because of Van Dijk. You can see how he considered it go against Chelsea. Thanks to Chelsea, Liverpool has been the one leading and they hasn't even lose any match this season thanks to Chelsea King. A Manchester United fans, congratulations to you as well. You want to lose match because I saw something on Twitter. Someone said Manchester United has been playing 10 players down before, but now we are now completed because of the goalkeeper. I was just laughing like, oh damn. Don't worry now, you are still coming back next week Saturday to complain again like, oh Manchester United. So based on that, let's now add CSS to project our projects. So we have different ways to introduce CSS to our project. Firstly, we can do inline styling as we are writing the HTML code. We also be doing the styling as well as and also we have external styling. External styling is what we are going to do now. I'm going to send a link to my HTML file which is going to apply all the files separately. And we have internal styling as well, whereby I will have my styling at the upper, at the heading tags between this place, between these two, I'll have my styling. I'm going to there's a styling tag of HTML like that. But now I already created a file for it, so I'm going to come here. Let me bring it out so that you can see it very well. So firstly, just come here at the heading. Click, come here, come enter and press. Then you now scroll down to where you see CSS. Click on it like this. So this name must correlate with what you use to save your CSS file like this. You can see it's the same thing. So that's what we are doing now. So we already linked the file. So first thing we are doing now is call this universal select box. So I'm going to give it 0. I'm inside scripts, not style sheet. So come here with margin 0, margin font we are using now is font size, font family, sans serif, and also border box, border sizing, border sizing, border box. Now what we are going to do now is we need our ID selector. So first one, I need this one. Entry remember we use class here. So instead, since we use class here, we are going to use dots. You know what I'm saying? We are going to use what? Dots. So we are going to mark that this way. How do you want it, the main box to display? We use it text and justify content. How do you want to place it? To place it in the center. Line items vertically. How did you want it to be? Is it at the top, at the down, or at the middle? Line items. What it at the middle to 20%, and what's the height of the project that you are doing? Let's give it a name height 100 page. Background is, let's leave it as white. Or you can change it. Or do you want me to change it? Let's change it. Let's do something like this. Yeah. So then you come here and do what? Load. You can see that. So after that, what is the contain? It's contain. Have it simply. Have it width. As for the have PGC as well. The color has to be different now. We have border radius. Let me do border radius now. So let me, so as you consider now, we give it a padding 20 pixel down. So from here again, you can see like we are getting there, still like still remain something. Let's come back here, give it a border radius of, should I use 10 pixel? Let me use 10 pixel for now. Come back here, you do what? You load. You can see like it's 4 minutes. Now let's give it a font size. Font size. No, let me use a font size. Let's use a font family. Font family and font width. Family. Already use font family. Let's use text align. Text align means everything you want it to be at the center, or you want it to start at the left, or you want it to start at the right, or how do you want it to be? That's what I'm saying now. So let's use center. So everything will move to the center. Everything has moved to the center. Let's need to now we can adjust our H1, give it anything. Our icon as well. Icon hash. Now this class icon icon size. Let's give it something like, say, is that that's not too big. It's family. Should I change it? Let me change to this. Oh, cool. Give it something like, what else do I have to change? Oh, let's see, I'm missing something else in my space. So this one will be 90. Oh, good. That's our Kelvin. That's our Kelvin. And now let's adjust the